Greetings from the basement. Here I am with my mid-90s Roscoe 3005, LG-3005 with, it's a beauty. It's very dark down here, but you can kind of get an idea, hopefully, of what's going on with it as I go through some of the features, the feature set. So it's an older Roscoe. It's like I said, mid-90s. The LG body shape is the slightly downsized body shape. It's got some nice curved contours that are carved into it, both top and bottom. Really pretty bass. This one happens to be in exhibition cocobolo top, which I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. There's a little bit of the grain. It's hard to capture. Yes, see it? It's wood. Same thing with the headstock. Actually, the headstock's another matching piece of the cocobolo. There we go. And quite lovely. Brazilian rosewood fingerboard, fretboard, which is really gorgeous, but you will definitely not be able to see that in this video because it's so dark. But the grain is really super nice in that fretboard too. Frets are in amazing shape also, by the way. I'm pretty positive that it hasn't been refretted, so it's 25 years of fretting and no ish. It's got a 7-piece, looks like 3, but when you get up close you can see the thin layers of veneer between. So it's maple and purpleheart wood, 7 pieces. It has a neck, a scarf joint neck, which is right there. You can maybe make it out a little bit. No volute. The later ones, the newer ones, have a volute right here. It's got the Godot light tuners. It has really nice hardware, black hardware. I'm not a huge fan of that, but on this bass it works. If I was to order one new, I don't know. Maybe I would get one. I don't know. I wouldn't get gold. Too fancy. Too fancy. But it's got a, this is a, I'm going to make sure I wasn't going to smash the light there. This is a Wilkinson 3D bridge, old school bridge there. Bartolini pickups, and it's the Bartolini 2-band preamp. So basically you've got, this is volume, pickup pan, treble boost cut, bass boost cut. Pretty straightforward 2-band EQ. On the back, again, try not to hit the light, you can see there's a little hole right here. That's actually a trim pot for the Bartolini preamp, so you can adjust the output, which is nice. Battery compartment. 4-bolt, nice contour here for the heel, for the neck. Really comfortable playing in the upper registers. The back of the main part of the body is actually tulipwood. It's got a thin veneer, sandwiched actually, it's not a veneer, but it's a thin layer of maple and then the cocobolo top. So it's a 3-piece body. Right now it's strung with DR Black Beauties, which are why the strings are black, but I kind of think it looks pretty cool. This is the second LG-3000 I've had, and about the 6th or 7th 5-string I've owned. I've had a long history with 5-strings and them not working out for me, but the only one that I had that did work out for me actually was the Roscoe that I had before. Very different looking bass. Sounded very similar though because it was of the same era. That one was a quilt maple top with green stain, so it was this beautiful emerald green quilt maple, and it had a bird's eye maple board that was natural, you know, bird's eye maple. Beautiful bass, and it was. I remember the first time I played it, the B string, the low string, was so tight feeling, and one of the things that I got rid of other 5-strings for specifically was because the B string always felt loose and flappy, like a coiled up telephone cord, and that's just not what you want, not what I want anyway. And you know, this is nice because as you play across the strings, it feels the B string feels the same as the other strings. So it doesn't have any. Oh, this string is so loose and flappy. The rest of them are tight. Now it just feels nice. Very nice. Roscoe, I love the tone that this has. I've just got it running totally dead flat across the board. So both pickups, even Steven, and the boost cut for both the bass and treble set flat. It's basically, this is just the sound of the instrument amplified. So nice and resonant. It's a great tone. If I roll it back towards the bridge pickup, it really gets a nice, tight, focused sound. I like to not go to full extremes though. I find like I just like to roll it back a little bit towards the bridge off the middle position, and then it just has that. To me, that sounds really nice. I don't know how this is going to sound being picked up by the MacBook's internal microphone, but hopefully it'll be reasonably okay. It's nice, and I don't know, it feels good to me, and the tone is really nice right there, is really what I'm talking about. Harmonics all over the neck. And then if you roll it forward of mid position, it's going to be more on the neck pickup, and that just rounds it up nicely. You could even roll it even more and get more of a P-bass-ish, fat sort of just kind of, you know, classic tone. I tend to leave it more towards just flat, basically. I mean, I really do. And you know, honestly, it gets that sound that I really like out of it without really having to duke around much with the preamp. The nice thing is it plays like a dream, and I've been picking it up all the time, which is also a really good sign. It's so easy to play. And it everywhere on the neck. And there's no part of this that isn't. I'm laughing a little bit because it's so funny to me that it just plays so easily. And it's not super heavy, 9.5 pounds exactly on the digital scale, and that's good. The nice thing about playing 5-string as well is that it in my mind, I've got to make sure that I kind of float my thumb to not anchor, but float my thumb so that I don't get a lot of over-ring harmonic sort of resonance things going on, because it's really easy with the B string there. If you're not covering it, see, that's it ringing out just from playing those other notes. You know, it's in there. So I tend to, you know, do this, float my thumb over the top, instead of anchoring. Why that's really good too is that it's not a light bass, but it also, I found that over the years I've seen people complaining about how heavy their bass is at the end of the night. They've got these super light basses, but they're laying their arm like this as they're playing, or they're hooking their finger or their thumb, and just put your hand on a scale sometime and just relax and see what weight there is. If you do this, you're going to take it and push it up to a 15 or 20 pound bass. So yeah, that's why your neck's hurting at the end of the night, because you're doing this all night long. much better to just kind of float. So it's been good. Really playing a lot with it. I have no gigs, and my dogs are going nuts. So I guess that's the end of this video. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll talk to you again in the future.